What up traders, what up investors, Ken here from Dyslexic Investor, and we are going to be doing something pretty interesting today. We're going to be looking at 17 stocks that as of the 8th of April are up 10% year to date, and that fall into the S&P 500 category. So this is FinViz. I like to use this sometimes, just a little stock screener. This is like a really simple thing to do. You just hit the stock screener, you can go through all the different variables, from anything from fundamental to technical, just to everything, and IPO date, and what their quick ratio is, what their current ratio is, and all kinds of fun things. But we're just going to go through here basically alphabetically about the 17 names that it pulled from the S&P 500 that are up 10% year to date. And then if this video goes well, I get a lot of likes. You guys slam that like button, please. I'll do the 10 worst, or probably whatever the bottom 20 worst are within the S&P 500. And the thing is, like, if you initially look at this, like, it's kind of strange breakdown because you have the industries here, and it's basically everything from wireless to biotech to gold to asset management to a REIT to household and accessories, and then you have like technology stuff because you see Netflix on there. Yeah, so let's go ahead and just start moving this over, and we're just going to go here alphabetically. Very first one is AK. Again, you're going to see quite a significant different pattern from what you have seen in the past. So this AKAM, if I can type AKAM. All right. I don't actually know what this company does. But this chart looks really well. So the thing is, a lot of things did sell off the end of the last hour of trading yesterday, but it looks like we're slightly down a little bit today, not as much, about 0.3%. You can kind of see that here. Again, this is 6 in the morning here on the 8th of April. Looks like I did trade this one before. Let's see what's going on here. Looks like I did wanted to trade this. It broke a number of different things. I don't know how I did not get into that because there's just so many different stocks out there right now. This thing looks pretty poised to probably test the 102 level. If this holds, all averages are nicely stacked here. So the 21, the 8, and then the 5. This didn't close below the 5, so the overall momentum is still intact. We'll see what it does today, but it looks pretty ripe for the picking, in the sense of it potentially could go higher. It just you need to keep it on a short leash due to just the overall volatility in the market. And the one that is not a surprise is the next one is Clorox. That's CLX, and this of course has been just going to the moon and back on the daily chart, basically peaking on the 18th of last month, March, at $214, and now it's trading at around 180-ish in the middle here. Again, you can see this too is the significant amount of moving averages that are just nicely stacked here. Nothing is crazy in the RSI. The Chaikin money flow needs to kind of slightly turn up there for me a little bit. On the weekly chart, looks pretty poised. We got earnings coming here in the 1st of May. Let's see if there's anything else to report. This is a clear player in the overall pandemic of COVID-19. So they got a dividend, a pretty nice dividend, $1. We'll see if I think you can get to maybe this. Let's put an alert out here. I'm gonna make this. Don't want to. Anything that closes below the 2 or the 21 for me on these particular charts, just gotta throw it away. So that's Clorox. That's going to be a nice little price stock here. Might be trading in the range for a litlittle bit. Again, the next couple days could be telling for it. Next is Citrix Systems, so CTXS. All right. Citrix Systems is like business software. They do like different various like GoToMeetings. I think GoToMeeting is run by it and so forth. But again, they're literally almost at an all-time high. This is wow. Yeah, they're literally hit an all-time high just this week. Again, we had a huge uptick on Monday. So this is very promising here. Moving averages, as you can see, this is what I'm trying to state, is everything is nicely stacked. Potential, it's closed above the 5 again, so the momentum is slightly higher. This is a very hot stock right now. You can definitely see that this could come off a little bit. They have earnings in about less than a week and a half from now. I just want to see if this breaks. This is going to be harder to buy this position since it's basically at its all-time highs, and it's just too many unanswered questions in the sense of what's going to happen the next couple of days. Now we have Digital Retail or Reality Trust, which is considered a REIT, which is an office, so DLR. It's loading, and this basically hit an all-time high just yesterday, gapping up. Wow, this thing has been flying. What in the world? Guacamole? Okay, this is weird. Like, it looks like, let me go longer time frame. Wow, this seems super positive here. Like, this is, I think it could easily come down to 135 again in the short term if we get any kind of pullback. I want to maybe potentially, I'm not really into REITs, I'm more into growth, but I just want to see how this one plays out. Like, this can easily come back to the 5 here. Since it gets gapped up for a REIT, that seems really weird that a company like that was able to gap up. Interesting, but we'll keep an eye on that one just to follow and learn and educate ourselves. Next one is Gilead Sciences. That's GILD. Oh, not L. GIL. Okay, GILD. This is also a lot of the biopharmaceutical companies are getting a lot of praise on the sense of potentially having a vaccine or whatsoever for COVID-19, so there have been a lot in the spotlight. This one is quite interesting. It looks like a lot of news has been going around this. I thought this company was being bought. I had to look that up into that. This is interesting. It did not close below the 21. I kind of like this. I just want to see what tomorrow brings. This could easily pop up back to, $80 here. Gonna put an alert here, at or below. See, this is very interesting here. This squeeze is in place, so this potentially could bounce around. This probably shook some people out here because it did close below the 21, but then literally just bounced back the next day. But the squeeze was still intact. It looks like it was going to go down more, but it kind of shook us off. It kind of had these little propulsion dots, kind of kept it in line. Then it made the switch, and then kind of bounced back higher. I think this could literally probably bounce around between here, the 74 level, all the way to 80. So I would keep this on a really short leash. If you just want to do a quick trade, I would just buy like the 74 call, maybe 30-40 days out, and see if you can get it to 80. But keep it on a very short leash if it breaks and closes below like 73, or actually probably 72-ish. Very interesting. Let's see on a longer time frame. It looks like it kind of popped off here. Even like you couldn't even tell this has been underwater. The only thing is it was below the 200-day on the weekly, which is not really a great sign either. But it looks like this pandemic kind of spiked up new business. All right. Next we got is JKHY and Associates. Never heard of those guys. Is that the... Oh my gosh. JKHY. My microphone's in the way, sorry. Holy moly, this is taking off too. What is this? It is... JKHY and Associates provides technology solutions and payment processing for financial services organizations in the United States. The company offers information and transaction process. This is the most generic thing. But well, I guess they're a big player if they're doing a lot of different things. And it looks, yeah, that's really interesting. Okay, so this is definitely popping off, as they would say for all the cool kids. It looks like it has already popped off. Like this would be hard to kind of get up here because it's nearly up to its all-time high here. I would have to wait for a pullback here to like the 21 or so. I don't have anything to add to that. Next is Legg Mason, which is Legg LM. All right, if my mouse would work today, LM. There we go. Thank you, Microsoft, for letting me know the chime. Whoa. Okay, what happened here? There's something happened here. Did they get bought? Yeah, it looks like they got bought. Right? Or something. Someone tried to acquire them. It looks like someone tried to acquire them or something. I have no idea. Legg Mason sounds like a bank or something, some kind of financial institution. Interesting, nothing really to add there. Looks like they're being bought or some kind of bid. They're acquiring or something. Nothing to add there. Then MSCI. That's a technology product industry. Looks like, oh, interesting. I like this. On the daily chart, really didn't really do much with the crash. Again, all these stocks are up 10% for the year, compared to most stocks being down 30+%. This has been a very interesting looking chart here. A lot of spaghetti going on here. I like it. Nothing's jumping out at me. Let me look here at the weekly. I like this. This looks interesting. If this 5, we can see this. If this little 5 we can cross above the 8 here, I think we could easily see a new try to all-time highs. I kind of like this. Let me create alert. Let me create a cell here, or add a below, and we'll follow this guy. I kind of like this for a potential switcheroo-y. Alright, next we got Newport, which is basically a gold miner, I believe. Basic materials in gold. I don't know how this got up on... Oh, it was NE. Sorry. My bad. I was like, that doesn't look right. Is it NE? Okay, that makes more sense. I was like, how is something 10% down is well below 200? So again, gold is basically known for being the recession-proof kind of basic material or liquid asset in that sense. This kind of makes sense here. It looks like a lot like this other ones that we just looked at. The moving averages are nicely stacked. This has a pretty high potential of getting to 52 rather than going down to the overall low of 46. So I'm just going to kind of keep this thing in check. Well above its 200, which is great. The Jake and money flow is starting to curve up. Momentum is crazy high. That's quite astonishing, actually. Okay, the dots just switched, so we potentially could see a nice pull to the 52 level. So this seems interesting. Not really my cup of tea, but for some folks out there like to trade that kind of stuff. Here's my cup of tea, Netflix. A cup of coffee, actually. This looks super interesting. As you know, with the overall staying-at-home economy, everyone's just basically watching Netflix and ordering from Amazon. For people who are fortunate enough to do that, it looks like it has Netflix for so much longer for me. Like, it's just been bouncing around for so long. Again, basically every other provider has their own streaming services. Like the people who make The Office is making the Peacock service. They're and the different other variables of like Disney Plus now, so a lot of the Disney content is all moving over there. They're, again, with all the movie theaters closed, a lot of stuff is going direct to streaming or direct to the consumer rather than just waiting to go to the movie theater. And then even DVD releases, I don't know many people that buy DVDs anymore. Like, I do see them, but it's not very often. Like, when you go to Costco or whatever like that, you see like the newest movie. That's basically all they have there. There's like not many people are purchasing those DVDs. So I think Netflix is definitely a great run company. I know it has quite a bit of debt if I have to look at some of the fundamentals. But you can kind of just see a very overwhelming pattern. Like, it just has a hell of a time to get over the 385 level for multiple times. So let's go to a longer time frame, like a week, and you can kind of see this picture a little bit better. That the overall trend is just basically stagnant, and which is, I think, kind of represents what people think of Netflix. Like, yeah, you guys got a lot of great stuff, but all those other guys might be coming out after you. But there's another bit I've been working on too, is Netflix was like the #1 stock in like 2013, 2014, 2016, how much it rose. Like, I think it really needs to kind of just take a break for a couple years until maybe it reinvents itself or does something mind-blowing that no one ever thought of. I think this could definitely be, I want to show this on a monthly chart. Alright, so let's look at Netflix here monthly. I kind of cut on a little technical difficulties with the microphone. This looks quite interesting. I kind of like this Netflix in the long run. I think we could have a pretty substantial push here, easily getting to the all-time highs. This looks super interesting. I haven't been trading Netflix for quite some time. I've been in and out of it in the past, but I bought in really early on, before then after the split. Like, I think it was right about here, I believe. Up there it is, actually. Where I think it was like $100, and then it kind of traded sideways and then crashed a little bit. And people were like, "Oh, there's no way Netflix could do this and that." But I was like, bro, everyone's on Netflix. It's gonna be just fine. And then it kind of just took off, and I really didn't. Once I got the first pop here, and then I went to 150, I said, "See you later, Uncle Sam." And then it just kind of took off, like, and I missed all that. Again, you live and you learn. We'll see what happens moving forward. I would like to look into this stock. Looks super interesting. I'm just really, the market portfolio is really heavily into the Disney. Let's go. I'm going to put this to the weekly, actually. Alright, let's go to the next one, which is Norton Lifelock, which I think is the LifeLock thing where the guy got hacked like 30 times or something like that. He got Social Security number stolen. Okay, let's get loaded. Again, moving average is nicely stacked. I don't think this company has anything groundbreaking in the sense. I do like it in the sense of it's just trading well. I'm going to go to a monthly chart. Like, it looks like it kind of took off already, and it's basically could be leveling off here. Like, it's going to be hard to kind of push back through this, since a lot of the momentum has pushed through already, because you can kind of see that has been a release. The RSI has been fairly stagnant. Shaken money flow basically crossed over here, indicating that it was a huge buying opportunity. Momentum slowly coming down. Yeah, very interesting. We'll see what happens for this one. I definitely could see this hovering around the $20 for some time, for another push higher, because it trades pretty, even before all this stuff happened. You see the past couple of years has been basically trading from 11 till $2. Oh my god, like, it crashed all the way down to what happened there? Well, that's 0809. Okay, so that's what happened in 0809. Basically, how does it get a low of $1.95? Okay, it looks like someone bought this or something, and this makes no sense. How is the low below So they're paying you? Okay, that's the first time ever for me to see that. Anyways, on that note, let's go to one of the stocks that I need to get into, which is Nvidia. I think Nvidia is on the top of my list on the sense of I need to get into this position. I think that this has a very high potential of, it's just in everything. It's in the data center, it's in cars, it's in gaming, it's in phones, whatever. Like, it's just has its fingers on everything, and I really think this is a longer term play out here. And on the monthly side, like, ooh, man, I wish I had the audacity and the guts to buy down here at 130. That was a great opportunity. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Basically having a overall, like, basically a U shape kind of recovery from its really bad, terrible 19, because 19 was terrible for Nvidia. It kind of came back strong in the summer, or after the summer into the fall and winter. But I think this could just be trading sideways for some time. Again, with everything going on, I would like to purchase this around like the 250 level for a starting position. So let's say if I was buying $1,000 worth of this, I would be buying my first share at this level, and then if it went down some more to like 225, I might add one more share, and then when it hits the 200, I might be getting into the full position. That's my idea for Nvidia. So let's just let's see what happens there. I'm really interested in that stock. So Old Dominion Freight Line, ODFL, which is a trucking company, which seems strange on how they're doing a lot of business in this. Maybe they're just moving a lot of groceries around. I think that's what's happening here, on the overall demand of groceries and everything. The momentum is sky high. Like, that's just crazy. I'm surprised the RSI is not higher on the overall momentum and so forth, but it looks like this has already kind of popped off. Oh, it did a split. Okay, I see a 3-for-2 split. So basically recategorizing things, and people, a lot of algorithms and so forth kind of get confused by this, and you get a kind of a dip. So I don't think there's anything fantastic about this. It's just it's a split, so it's something kind of makes it look better. They don't, yeah, nothing to add there. I don't know anything about the trucking business too, so I'm just not going to add anything there. And the next one is Regeneron, which is one of my favorite pharmaceutical companies moving forward, because they're the ones working on a lot of potential vaccines for COVID-19 and this pandemic that's going on. And this has been just fantastic. This is poised to break out well above the 515 level that we're looking at here, and potentially going substantially higher. Let's put it to this is a monthly chart. So even though I can see it hitting 600 before it hits basically 400. So I think it's poised higher than it is lower on the current climate and what has to happen for this particular company. But I could see the balloon getting popped if they don't have a COVID-19 overall related thing. So adding into this position around the 375, or 330-ish would be okay, I think, in the sense of the overall. But the thing is I think a lot of people's expectation is you need to fix and get the COVID-19 vaccine out ASAP. Regeneron, please do it now. Okay, and then it was SBA Communication Company. I don't know what that is either, but they're up 10%. It looks like. I don't even know what this is. Let's see, what do they own? I'm looking up here. First choice of leading owner and operator of wireless communication infrastructure in North Central and South America and South Africa by building better wireless So they build wireless communication towers and focus on leasing antenna space and multi-tenant communication sites. All right, so this is probably has a nice dividend. Looks like that's really interesting. Again, probably people are reaching for security and safety, and this might be just one that we're going for. Don't show why the chart looks just like a lot of the other stocks that we looked at. The moving averages are nicely stacked up here and so forth. And next is the T-Mobile, which TMUS, which I believe it's 100% confirmed now. They're moving into with Sprint, so they're actually going to be able to compete with Verizon and AT&T. This thing has fallen from grace. Oh Lord, my! We're gonna look at Sprint. What is Sprint? Still S, right? Yeah, Sprint is still S. Yeah, it looks like the overall acquisition took place already. We'll see here, because I know I did a video on this way back when, I mean like 2 months ago, where it got acquired, and I said that maybe it's going to pop off to like $9 or $10, and kind of came off quite a bit here, but we'll see. Let's go ahead back over here. This is TMUS. Again, a lot of moving averages here. I'm going to do a quick little demonstration of some Fibonacci retracements. Ooh, went down to this level. So it did close below the 618 here. I still like it though. I don't want to run out and buy this with all hands and fists, but we're just going to put out some alerts. We just got to put out feelers and see what's going on, and then if anything moves, that's when you jump on it, right? Got no rhyme or reason. All right. Last but not least, we have VRTX, Vertex Pharmaceutical Company. So it looks like they might have the cure for something, or someone knows something that we don't know. Because this thing is just popping off. Like, I don't know. You can't buy this right now. This has just been literally went up just yesterday to $267 and then came back down $20, basically pretty much flat. Is someone buying? Like, that's super strange. Like, the squeeze has fired. The momentum is through the roof. RSI hasn't signaled anything. Chicken money flow is kind of coming off, which is not many people's money is in the market. On the monthly side, this thing has just moving fantastically. So I don't even know what they do. I'm sure there's some kind of drugs or something. But this has just been a beautiful chart. If it ever gets back to the 21 on a long-term perspective, this is a wonderful opportunity, it looks like, because the 21 has been very stagnant since minus the 16-17 time frame, but wonderful looking chart there. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe down below. If you have any questions, please leave in the comment sections. And again, this is Ken from the Dyslexic Investor, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.